Hi, I'm Lola Aneke and I welcome you to Speak Down on Finding Help with Special Needs. So today I'll be sharing a few tips with us for reading to children between the ages of 0 to 3. So I'm talking about babies, how you can read for reading to children who are babies and toddlers, kids that are still not able to speak yet or trying to find their words, trying to use the words or still learning to even walk and run. So they're just still trying to be young children, trying to be children between the ages of 0 to 3. Why I'm taking my time to explain it is that most times a lot of parents and family members think that it's not necessary to read to these children. They can't talk yet. What would they understand? They are listening to you. They can hear you. They're watching you. They're learning. Their imitation skills is developing. So read, and read some more to that child who you think cannot understand or does not speak yet or does not understand what it means to read. It's better to catch them young. We don't want to have readers who have challenges with reading, or we don't want to have poor readers. So you begin from when they're still very young. We catch them young. So read to that baby, read to that child who is less than 3. Now, I'll be talking a lot about reading challenges, tips for teaching children, preschool age children to read. I'll be talking about dyslexia. I'll be talking about strategies for teaching phonological awareness. I'll be talking about reading fluency, strategies for teaching vocabularies, strategies for teaching reading comprehension a lot in the next couple of days so that we can be well equipped to help that child with reading challenges in our classroom, in our homes, in our neighborhood. So please do well to look at for all of this teaching series on reading challenges. The first tip I'll be sharing with us on tips for reading to children between ages 0 to 3 is 1. Find a comfortable chair in the house or at home and put the baby on your lap. So find a comfortable chair and sit in that chair with the baby on your laps. Okay? Ensure that TV is put off. You don't want to say, I'm going to lower the volume. All of the distraction and the movement on the TV will still distract the child. So ensure there's no distraction. Make sure the environment is quiet. Make sure that there's no music from the radio, and ensure that there's no noise so that the child can focus and pay attention to you. The second tip is hold the book so that the child can see the pictures in the book, okay? I always advise that when you're beginning to read to younger children, buy them soft toy storybooks. The ones I use for my kids when they were still babies, with this soft toy storybooks, each page adds something that adds to do with the senses, so the child could see his or herself in the first page, and then the child could also touch. He could touch the texture of maybe a ball or an animal for. I remember there was one that had animal for. The child could feel the texture of the animal for. The next page had something that the child could hear the sound. You could hear the sound of a dog or an animal or anything, but the child could hear the sound. That's how the soft storybook was. And then the child could also, so he could touch, he could see, he could hear, he could smell. There was a particular one that the child could practically smell the orange. So all of those is part of, you are developing the child's reading skills. Also ensure to buy books that have a lot of pictures. Picture books work for these children a lot. They can tell the story using the pictures to be able to understand what's going on in the story, and make sure the child is able to see it. You place the child on your lap and then make sure the child is seeing the pictures. Now, the third point is if the child points to something or imitates the sound you're making, give the child hugs and praises. So back to tip number 2. Ensure the child touches it. Change your voice, okay? Speak loudly if you need to. Lower your voice, make sound like that's in the second tip I shared with you. The second tip is hold the book so that the child can see it, can see the pictures in the book, and then ensure that the child, you point together with the child, let the child feel whatever is in the picture, lower and raise your voice if need be so that the child can see all the expression. Oh, a beautiful bag. Ooh, that was not too good. All of those things are important to develop the child's reading skill. Then the third tip is, if the child points to something or imitates the sound you're making, give the child a hug and a praise. What you're doing with that is that you are reinforcing positive behavior. You're saying to the child, I love what you do and I want you to do more of that. And before you know it, the child begins to do more of that. And the child is developing his or her own independent reading skills, and that's what we're trying to achieve, okay? The fourth tip is, lift the page a little and encourage the child to help turn the page. So when you have a book with a child, something like this, you lift it a little and then you have the child open the page totally, and then encourage the child to keep lifting as you keep reading. And that way the child is developing his or her own reading skills. The fifth point is, as the child learns to speak, start reading stories. I said let's find picture books, picture story books, books that have sensory things that the child can touch, can feel, can hear, and all of that. Now, as the child begins to progress in age, so the child's probably under 1 year old and the child begins to turn to age 1 and age 2, you want to introduce stories as opposed to just pictures alone, pictures and story. But as the child learns to speak, start reading stories. Take time to look at the pictures and the story together, okay? And then stop reading the story if your child wants to talk about the picture. So don't say to the child, let's finish reading first. At the moment the child says, oh, that is Goldilocks, oh, that's Little Red Riding Hood, you'll be amazed at the way the child will be creative is telling you the story, and you want to also see your child's level of intelligence as you begin to read to the child. So give that child an opportunity to talk about what he or she is seeing in the picture. The sixth tip is, when the child is able to take care of books, get the child or buy the child books, okay? Books are as important as toys. What I do with my kids is, and depending on the age of the child, you could say, for every book you read in a week, so you read 2 books in a week, and then another 2 books in a week, and another 2 books in a week, making 8 books in a month. For the next month, I'm going to buy you a toy. While you keep reading those books, just to refresh your memory on the book. Okay? Because usually kids will always ask you for toys. So have a balance between the toy and the book, because books are as important as toys. The last tip is, begin to take the child to the library or have the child join a reading club as the child is able to settle down to listen to stories, okay? Identify that strength, take note of that time when the child is able to pay attention, then put this child in a reading club or take the child to the library so that the child will understand the culture of reading. These are the few tips I'll be sharing with you today. There are 7 tips and I'll run through them real quick. The first tip is, sit in a comfortable chair with the baby on your lap and take away all distraction. The second tip is, hold the book so that the child can see the book, okay? And the child can see the pictures in the book. The fourth tip is, if the child points to something or imitates the sound you're making, give the child a hug and praise the child. The fourth tip is, lift the page a little and encourage the child to help turn the page. The fifth tip is, as the child learns to speak, start reading stories, books with stories with the child. The sixth tip is, when the child is able to take care of books, okay, get or buy books for the child, okay, so that the child can enjoy reading. And the last tip, which is the seventh tip, is take the child to the library or enroll the child in a book reading club once the child is able to settle down to listen to stories. Please do use these tips and give me feedback, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, comment, share, invite others, and do look out for some of our trainings that will be coming out regularly. Information about these trainings will be on my various social media handles. Please come learn with us and let's make the world a better place for our children so that they can learn to read and do better with the reading skills, okay? Thank you so much for watching this episode. I look forward to having you next time. Bye-bye.